Hi guys, welcome back to Jess Creates. Today I have a new series called Scraplift Saturday. So each week I want to take a traditional scrapbook layout, either 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12, from another scrapbooker that I admire, and I'm going to scraplift their layout. Because I'm still learning a lot about traditional scrapbook layouts, I think this is a really good way to try new techniques and learn new skills from other scrapbookers who are more experienced. This layout is scraplifted from Hannah Lemieux, whose layout I saw on Instagram. I will link to her YouTube video in the description below so that you can see her process. Because I had only seen her picture on Instagram, mine is probably going to be quite different because I didn't see her process before I did mine. What I liked about hers was that it had strips of pattern paper at the bottom of the page, and she had used a pattern paper that had a black background with a floral on, which I really liked, and I sort of struggled to start with because I wanted to replicate her design, but I didn't have the same sort of colours and papers, so my layout is going to be quite different because of the lighter colours. So it took me a long time to decide which papers I was going to use, and then I have backed my paper onto some pink, like a dark pink card, just so it's got a very thin border around the edge. And when I'm backing something like this, I do tend to cut out the center of the page, just because I don't like all that paper going to waste, just being stuck behind something else. So I do that quite a few times on this video. So I've decided to accept that my layout is going to be slightly lighter, and I'm going for this paper at the bottom with the white and floral, and I'm just trying to decide which other papers to use with it. Some of these papers are Maggie Holmes papers that I ordered from Hey Little Magpie. Is the floral one Oh My Heart? I'm not sure. And I've printed this photo out black and white. Partly the reason for that is that I'm running out of colour ink. So until my ink order arrives, my photos are going to be black and white, but I quite like it. It looks alright in black and white, and it gives you the license to kind of use whatever colours you've got. So I was just sticking down some of those layers, and I decided to use this dark pink one instead of the galaxy pink that I had planned to use, and that's just from the other side of that page. And I have kind of ruffled up the edges of this paper. That's what Hannah's looked like in the image, so I don't know if that's the case on her actual video, but then I decided that I just couldn't use the black and white hearts on that side because this paper is just my all-time favourite and has been ever since I got it in my Like Forever kit for March. So they're the strips that I've used at the bottom, and I'm using some more of this floral paper to go behind my photo. I was doing this video while also watching the Inky Quill scrap stream, so I've got that on in the background, and I keep going between that and the image of Hannah's layout that I'm lifting. So I just wanted to back my photo first, so I've backed it on some pink paper that's from the Cute Girl collection, and again I've cut out the center of that piece so that I'm not using the whole thing, although I am now amounting quite a sizable stash of scraps so I might have to find something to do with all them. So I think Hannah had a doily on hers, and I don't have any in my stash at the minute, so I'm using just a scrap of tissue paper that I think is from Paper Chase. And these are some embellishments that I've made. I used a Heidi Swap stamp and floral stamp and black StazOn ink and stamped onto white card. And then I've just used Crayola pencil crayons to colour them in. And I've made my own die cuts. So I'm just adhering everything down. I have discovered that if I hold my tape runner in a certain angle, it works a lot better and I don't end up getting stuck to it, which happens a lot. I don't know if it's just me, and I am not made for tape runners, but I was going to stick my photo down, and then I decided that I wanted to use some of this foam adhesive that I got from Poundland. And I'm probably just joining in with the live chat there on the scrap stream so that it just raises my photo up a little bit, and I've gone around that pink paper and just roughed up the edge again so that it kind of stands up. I had cut out a heart from some paper, some floral paper, and it was a bit big, so I drew it again and cut it down again, and then I just decided that it wasn't a bold enough colour. The paper was nice, the pattern paper, but on the white background, part of the shape kind of got lost. So I just used a bit of the scrap of the pink paper that I backed my photo on and used that instead. And I'm adding some wood veneer hearts. I think Hannah had 1 or 2 on hers. I have added a few more because most of the ones that I wanted to use were tiny ones, so I have added those around the page in a sort of triangle aspect. What I've used, the card that I've used is actually an A4 sheet of card, but I've cut it down so that it's wider than it and not as long. So it's actually not quite 8.5 by 11, and it's shorter than A4, and it only just fits in my page protector with the pink border, but it does. And these are my gold foil la-di-da stickers. I've just added 2 gold arrows on, and I have about 2 stickers left on this sticker book. I really need to buy another one. And I've just added a little heart, which is cut from a paper from Paige Evans on my heart, and because I wanted to add it onto the photo part of the layout, which is kind of raised, I tape runnered one side of it and then added foam adhesive to the other side so that the other side was still stuck down but kind of raised off the page like the rest of the photo. And I'm using an Ali Edwards gold foil phrase strip for my title that says "Here's to a new path." So these are cream card perforated strips, and I've just cut that down. I don't like the perforated edge look, so I tend to cut these up. So I've just added that onto the photo itself. So now I'm just adding on some enamel dots. These are Sunshine and Happiness Simple Stories ones. I think that Hannah had used some sequins, and I do have some sequins, but not in the colours that I like, so I'm using enamel dots instead, which I'm also running out of again. I've used them like crazy in the last month. And I'm just adding on some Simple Stories Carpe Diem word stickers that say "Oh hello" and "Live Simply," and I've just cut that "Live Simply" down because there was quite a lot of white space on it. So I've just added that on, and I think, oh, I'm adding more enamel dots. You can never have too many enamel dots. Just give my desk a clear up. I'm thinking of painting my desk white. Has anyone done that? I think I'd like to do that. So I'm just using some Heidi Swap stamps, and I've got one that says love and one that is an arrow, and I'm using black StazOn ink, and where I'm adding it once with fresh ink, and then I'm restamping it with whatever is left on the pad so that it gives like a shadow effect. And I just do this in the top right and bottom right corners, and then just up the left hand side and around. And then I've got my Project Life roller date stamp, and I've just added the date to it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if there are any particular layouts that you'd like me to scrap lift, do let me know and I might feature them in my next video. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe for new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks for watching.